much work for y'all. I know this economic depression hurting y'all, but I got so much work for y'all.
What's good in the hood? This is For the Thrill Podcast, episode 4, and I am Thrillz.
And I'm Maggie. And we want to take this time to thank everybody for coming and visiting our podcast. Also, we want to thank the essential workers who are out there by giving them a lunch again this week, which is sponsored by
Memoirs by Lizette. We appreciate the donation, helping out essential workers, and it's just showing our appreciation. Once again, we know y'all get your own money, but we're just doing this out of kindness and love.
Absolutely. But this week, we will not be talking about the coronavirus. It's a little bit motherfucking sad. So, we're just going to put Thrillz here on the spot, and I'm going to ask Thrillz some questions.
I'm being set up.
So, Thrillz, what I was thinking about this week is...
Is what?
How do you feel, or what do you feel about having an open relationship?
About what part of the open relationship?
Okay, so let me give the actual definition of an open relationship. That is when you're in a relationship and both parties agree to have different sexual partners.
Definitely sounds like it's gonna get me in trouble. But what I can say is, okay, how do I feel about it?
How do I feel about
it? This is how I feel about it. If you're in a relationship that you do not care about the other person, and y'all just want to have fun, but y'all still want to be together, then have an open relationship. That's how I feel about that. But if you care about the other person, I don't feel as though y'all should have an open relationship, because that's going to cause many, many problems. That's how I feel about that. Good answer? That's a safe answer.
That is right. That is a safe answer. That's so you won't get in trouble. But quite honestly, there's a lot of people out there with open relationships.
How do you feel about it?
If it's put out there first from the beginning, then I would be fine with it.
So how about later on down the line they want to make it happen?
Well, that day hasn't come, so how can I answer that question?
Just hypothetically speaking.
I'm just saying, if it's put out there from the beginning, from when we meet, we already talking, me and you chilling, we going out, whatever, and then we say we want to be together, but we want to have an open relationship, because then, truthfully, you're not going to cheat and he's not going to cheat. You guys already know you got an open relationship. You're my main squeeze. I'm your main squeeze.
I think if there's an open relationship, there's no cheating. There's no such thing as cheating.
Exactly my point. So, which is what a lot of people should be doing right now, because there's a lot of cheating going on.
So you think that's what people should be doing now?
If they decide they wanted to cheat, yes. Why don't you just say, I want an open relationship? And I know why they don't say it, because you know what happens with women? Women get too emotionally involved.
That's coming from a woman, people.
And they're like, fuck that. I don't want my man sleeping with another chick out there. But would you rather him go cheat behind your back? Or would you rather him just say, we're going to have an open relationship. You could do what you're going to do and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But at the end of the day, it's just me and you.
How do y'all feel about that? Feel free to tell us how you feel about it in the comment section.
That's right. Let us know, because quite frankly, I would prefer you tell me, all right, we're going to be together. I'm your main woman. You're my man. But at the end of the day, I know me and you know you. So if you want to go do your thing and I want to go do my thing, then fine. And I know some people are going to look at it like, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. But that's not true. Some people still want that. I want to come home to my honey, snuggle, and cuddle with somebody every day.
But still go out and do their own thing.
Yeah.
So how about so if they're living together, you're saying it still should be open, or just not living together, or either or?
Either or. There's a lot of people that how about those people that go to those what are they called, them S&M places where they sleep with each other?
The orgy parties.
Yeah. And there's some couples there that are married that do that, and they're perfectly happy doing it, because at the end of the day, they know who you're sleeping with and you know who they're sleeping with, but then they go home with you and live their life. This is not an everyday occurrence. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel as though that someone in that situation will be able to get married, have kids, and have a happy life?
Yes, I actually do. There's a lot of statistics that says it is.
Statistics.
It's a lot of people that do it all the time. But we just want to know what you guys think about it. It was just a subject just to get people to get some comments out there and see what their feelings are about it. I think the other thing is too that we wanted to talk about was a lot of some mental health issues that are going on, or some domestic violence that's going on now, because from what I've read, domestic violence has risen by like 40% since this quarantine. It's kind of sad though, because now you're stuck in the house with your partner, which you know is abusive, and nowhere to go.
A lot of people going crazy. A lot of people are stuck indoors. A lot of people by themselves, just alone, without having that they're living with family members or loved ones or significant others, and they're in the crib being solo dolo, and they're just going nuts.
And there's a lot of people that have, well, there's a few cases that I've heard of, especially this one doctor who committed suicide, I guess a few days ago, which was kind of sad. So my condolences go out to her family. But that's because of everything that's been going on. I mean, she's been right in the front line of everything, helping people. She herself caught the virus, got better, and then, you know, just watching people die every day. Some people think that that's, you know, it doesn't affect you, but it quite does affect you in a way that nobody else is going to know unless they're in that predicament. It's just...
Yeah, that was Dr. Lorna. Rest in peace, Dr. Lorna.
And there's a lot of other
Lorna
people
Brady.
that have, you know, have committed suicide and stuff, nurses and stuff like that that are in the front line, which my condolences go out to all of them as well. But it is kind of sad. But at the same time, I don't want this to open up like the states you saw there. I think in California, they were having a protest because the beaches were closed, and over 40,000 people like showed up and are protesting. How is that going to keep everybody safe that was together there?
Right. But they're protesting and they're wearing masks at the same time. Like, they're like all with masks protesting against, or the people they're saying is not real but still wearing a mask.
So if it's not real, why are you wearing the mask?
Ridiculous. And we wasn't supposed to talk about Corona, but
I'm sorry.
We got to now. Like, you can't avoid the topic.
You just can't avoid the topic. It's just okay. So I want to know how people feel about the states reopening. If you guys can leave your comments, so we'll know what the population thinks about this reopening of the states. I personally rather stay home and protect everybody than go out there and start infecting other people, because we don't really know who has it and who hasn't. People are not being tested when they go back to work. Not everybody anyway.
Okay, back to mental health. So Maggie, how are you? How are you feeling personally? Because we got a couple responses from your little poetry poem and Facebook. Family members hitting me up asking if you're okay. How are you feeling?
So for me, I guess, you know, I get depressed a lot. It's kind of lonely. No working right now. But I guess, and then being stuck, not being able to go nowhere, you don't. So it does fuck with your psyche a little bit, being stuck.
Yeah, especially when you're the type of person that likes to be out working and doing something and always moving. When you like are complacent, it just, I can see that it takes a toll.
It does take a toll when the couch becomes your new best friend.
Right. No.
That's kind of sad. I mean, like, I don't like, I'm not judging anybody. Don't get me wrong, because this is not a judgment in any way. I don't know how people stay home and not go to work, or don't want to go to work. That's just not me. It doesn't work for me. That's just me. It drives me insane. So the fact that it's been almost 2 months without going anywhere. Like, I mean, go to the store. Yeah, we go to the store, buy some food, come back. But to really go out and hang out and, you know, sit somewhere and have a drink. Nobody wants you going to their house because they're trying to protect their family. You don't want people coming to your house because you're trying to protect your family.
So what type of advice do you give personally, since you're like in the type of situation where you're like, you're in a no work situation? So what type of advice do you give to other people that's in there in that situation with no family and friends? Is there anything you can say to them to keep their head up?
The only thing that I can say is just that this is temporary. Like everything else is temporary. This is not going to last forever. But you should be like watching motivational videos or speeches from people. Exercising, because that kind of clears your mind and stuff like that. Which is some advice that I should probably take myself. Is just, you know, as we all know, we can always give advice and never take our own advice. So I would say do a lot of reading, prayer, motivational speeches. If you're not into prayer, that's fine. You can always listen to motivational speeches. They're as long as you listen to them every day and at least 5 or 10 minutes, you know, just to get your mind right, because the rest of the day you're sitting there, especially if you live alone.
I like motivational speakers. I like E.T., the hip hop preacher. T.D. Jakes is a pastor, but he's a great motivational speaker in his own way as well.
Les Brown is awesome. I love
Les
him.
Brown,
I
yeah.
listen to him all the time.
Les Brown is
and
awesome.
There's another guy named Eric something. I forgot his name.
Eric Thomas.
Is that-
E.T., the hip hop preacher.
Oh, is that
that's the same guy.
E.T.?
Eric
Okay,
Thomas,
see,
yeah. Shout out Eric Thomas.
I didn't know it was E.T.
See, motivational speakers are getting people through a lot of rough times, I would say.
Yeah, especially now with everything that's going on, because people think that, I like to be alone. And some people like to be alone, but when you there's a difference when you want to be alone,
right,
and you have to be alone. Because when you have to be alone, because you have no choice but to stay away from other people, it's very different, because now you're stuck.
Very true.
When you want to be, you can get up and go anytime you want, and then go back home and be alone by yourself if you want. But you get the opportunity to go out. In times like this, you don't get the opportunity to go out. You're like just stuck by yourself. And there's a lot of people in this world that live alone. They have no family members that are close by to them.
Very true. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like if you are the type of person that lives states away from your family, in which I am. We are right now. So like it's even harder, because it's one thing to be like, they live a couple hours away, but we can get up, catch a plane, drive over there, whatever we need to do. But when it comes down to something like this, and everything is a little bit more severe, and like, oh, you can't, or you shouldn't, or when it comes down to something like the coronavirus, and it's a different story. Because even though we could probably get in the car right now and just drive back to Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
is not the same. And then we drive to Jersey, and then we're probably gonna have to get tested on the way back, or some bullshit.
Yeah, you never know.
I
don't even know. I mean, I guess people can drive across the state lines. They're not being that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can. But like when they if you're working and then you cross the state lines, then when you get back to work, you gotta let them know. Look, I've been to New York. I've been to New Jersey. Especially if you're in a high risk area, you gotta be like, I'm in New Jersey. I was in New York. Then you got 2 weeks out of work because you 14-day.
Which is something that a lot of people don't want to do. They're like, I'd rather stay home. I'm not gonna go visit anybody.
And then it's risking whoever you're going to visit, and again, them risking you. So when it comes down to that,
I don't know if it's worth it. Like people say, you know, like I understand all this, you know, it's your right to go out and work, to make money, to provide for your family. But if, again, let's say, if you get sick and you die, then who's going to provide for your family?
Right.
Not you, because you're gone.
Right. Especially when you're the head. Yep.
I don't understand what these people are doing out there. I honestly don't, but
we do, again, appreciate the essential workers. I think we should do the little raffle. We switched it up. We're not doing the spin the wheel for the thrill wheel today, all right?
we're using this little...
We got the names inside of the, see, we had to be creative. We got a little tissue box and threw some names in there.
All right.
So let's see. The first pick is going to be the winner of the essential worker raffle lunch. Let's see who won this. If you can get it out there.
I know, right? My hand is stuck. Oh boy. Carmen. It just says Carmen.
Okay, sis. Sis won the raffle, Carmen. I don't know if you can see it. Zoom in. Cameraman working them angles or what?
So Carmen.
Camera woman, my bad.
Carmen will be getting her.
She'll be Cash App. Yep, definitely Cash App. By the end of the day, before you grab your lunch if you're working tomorrow or working throughout the week. Yep, 100%. Thank you very much for being an essential worker. I also want to give a shout out to one of my friends that passed away, also a previous manager of mine. When I was in California, when I first got out there, he checked out my music, he reached out to me, and he wanted to manage me as an artist. He got me a couple shows out there. We was doing our thing. We became real cool friends, like a real genuine friend. The type of person that checks on you after months or years of not talking to you, that type of friend, to see how you're doing, see how your family's doing. And he recently passed away a couple days ago, and I just want to send my prayers to his family, his friends, his loved ones. He was a real great character, genuine personality. If you needed something, he was that dude that was there for you. Like, look, you need this, I got you. He's from Michigan. His name is Michael Sutherland. Love you, bro. Rest in peace.
My condolences to the family.
I mean, to make it all sad and stuff. Let's on to the next topic. You want to get back in your relationship bag? Any more questions for that? Since you want to catch me off guard.
Sorry, felt like I spit there for a second.
Probably did. You need some tissue. You got the tissue box right there.
It's an empty tissue box. You gonna give me an empty tissue box? I don't know. Do you have any questions for me about relationships?
Relationships.
Seeing that I'm not in one.
So,
I don't do well in relationships.
She's trying to advertise. She's not in a relationship on the podcast. You see she all dressed up today? Yo, our podcast probably going to take about 15-20 minutes. She took 4 hours to get dressed today. You see what I threw on a wife beater, a hat. She got her eyebrows plucked, her hair did. You see this? Women.
It pays. And it takes us longer than men. You guys just throw whatever on and you're all right with it.
How about this? Men, what do you like? Natural beauty or makeup beauty? Let us know in the comments. That's a good question. How about for women? What you like? Natural beauty?
Listen. Listen, bro. I like anything that looks nice, actually.
Okay, I hope you date men that don't have makeup.
Well,
I don't know about your past relationships. You want to talk about your past relationships?
Not necessarily. They have never gone well at all. All the bullshit that goes on. But, yeah, no.
So, thank you all for joining us once again for the Thrill Podcast episode 4. I'm your boy Thrillz.
And I'm Maggie later, guys.
So much work for y'all. I know this economic depression hurting y'all, but I got so much work for y'all.